Hi, Cindy Gardner. Hey, Lori. Hey, Joan. I know you gotta wait. I just turned it on. I gotta wait for the screen to load up. It does this. There we go. Can you see me now? Thank you, Charmaine. There you go, everybody. Sounds okay as well. You can hear me, the audio. Thank you, blah, blah. Blah, blah. What kind of a handle is that? It almost sounds like you're either bored with life or all people hear when you speak is blah, blah, blah. I don't. Some of the names they're priceless. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Marcia. Yeah. We all need some great stuff for the rest of the month. It shouldn't be black, Joan. Now, that's probably on your end if everybody else is getting it. The sound's good. The picture's good. Hi, Tara. Welcome. Yeah. I didn't even alert my moderators to come in and help you guys out, but this is strictly the same as any other mid-month reading. This is for the sign of Cancer, the crab. It is Cancer's birthday. Happy birthday, yay. And what was I going to say? It's just like the pre-recorded ones. It's just being done live. That's the only difference. So, how am I? I got sick in the middle of the day today. I got one big reading out and done. There's still two smaller ones to do, private readings, and I got sick right in the middle of the day. I don't know if I picked something up when we were away. As you all know, most of you, Wednesday was my birthday, and it was the big one. And we took a trip to Grand Manan for a day trip, and it turned out to be something we shouldn't have done. We should have just stayed here. We would have had more fun and been more comfortable here. It all started, we went to bed at 3, and we were up at 5. We were out the door at 10 to 6, and went up the road. New owners bought this place up the road, and before, the hours were always 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., and we pull in, and the place is in darkness. So anyway, we said, okay, this is not a good way to start the day. We thought we'd be driving up the highway, nice, fresh, good cup of coffee, listening to tunes, excited about going. And my friend Linda got a new GPS, and she wanted to try it. Rather than just getting on the highway and taking the first turn that we needed to take into what's called Black's Harbor. Just that simple. You cut off to Black's Harbor, you go through and you see the ferry signs, and that says ferry to Grand Manan. 2.5 hours later, we found ourselves in the backwoods of New Brunswick. No idea where we were going, where we were coming from. And it was like Murphy's Law went into effect. Anything could go wrong, went wrong. It took 2 hours to find somewhere to buy a coffee. Because we were so far out, we overshot by 2.5 hours. It was insane. And, you know, we were up since 10 to 6. We didn't get to eat till I think it was 9:30 or something like that. And we finally got on the Grand Manan 5. It is such a hot night here. It is 10:42 p.m. and there are motorcycles racing past my house here. Nobody's sleeping tonight, I don't think, in my part of the province anyway. It's not going to be anybody getting much sleep. We don't have air conditioning, most of us. So, because we have natural air conditioning, the cool water comes off the Bay of Fundy. So, yeah, so we're, it was just horrible. Then we hit Grand Manan, and my friend Linda at one point stood. We were standing there looking at this view, this beach that we couldn't get to. We didn't know how to get on. And she's standing with her hands on her hips, and she said, "I'm flipping pissed." And I said, "What?" And we were both really tired at this point. She said, "You know what? Why did we even bother coming here? We could have just went in your backyard, because your backyard is as pretty. And a lot of spots even prettier than what we came over here for." She said, "It's pretty." And I said, if we lived in the city in a concrete world, then we could really appreciate Grand Manan. Don't get hungry. Bring a pack of lunch. or if you know someone local, get them to take you and help you out. There is no main strip or anything like that on Grand Manan Island. It's the same way it was a couple hundred years ago, basically. It's full of wharves, fishing boats surround the whole island. It's a very small island. There's a lot of people that live there, of course. But there's nowhere you can say, well, let's go to McDonald's or let's go to Burger King. Hell, and if for those Canadians in the group, we couldn't even say, believe it or not, let's go to Timmy's. Timmy's is everywhere. Timmy's is everywhere except Grand Manan Island. And we couldn't believe it, not even a Tim Hortons. And all the little businesses that you can't eat at, they sit back in off the road. They're blocked by great big huge trees, and they've got little tiny signs like that. And 3 other local people we spoke to said you really, to get the most out of the trip, you really need to know someone local to take you around and find out where you can eat and what you can eat here and what you can eat there. And we were like 6 hours before we could eat. We finally found a beach that Linda could access because she has mobility issues. You could pull your car right up to the beach, you step out, and you're right in the sand. And it was probably the same size of my beach, about a 3/4 mile, and they called it Sandy Beach. That was the name of it. And all we really wanted to do was take our shoes off, put our feet in the sand, wander down to the water, put our feet in the water, just sit down and have a bit of a picnic, a bite to eat, nice cup of tea or coffee or whatever. And we stood there, and we both had our hands on our hips this time, and I'm going, yeah, this is nice. Great place for a picnic. Cop a squat, have a bite to eat. If we had food, we were hungry. We were irritable. We were bona fide hangry, I tell ya. Oh my God. You know what? We left one part of Grand Manan completely unexplored. We did one complete half, and we said, we're probably just going to see more of the same, and we want to go home. We had to reserve. I never did that before. Ferries I ever got on, you just drove right on, and we went. This is a huge ferry. There were probably 12 to 15 of the biggest transport trucks you could think of that were getting into the belly of this boat with us. Little tiny cars and great big long transport trucks. It was intimidating. And my husband used to work for the ferry system in the province here. So I notice certain things. Like I'll say there's a lineup for the ferry right there, when maybe confusion will reign. And then there's when they pull you in, I said they're going to pull you up really tight, Linda. You won't even be able to get anything between your front bumper and their back bumper. You won't be able to squeeze through it. And they kept doing. I said, as soon as she flips her hand, hit your brakes. Doing this closer, and you get nervous because to yourself behind the wheel, you look like you're hitting. And then take off, just like that, you stop. And then once the boat's loading, you have to get out of your car. You can't stay there. If I could have gone back, I would have laid in the back seat and had a freaking nap, I'm telling you. It was an hour and a half over and an hour and a half back. We did not, and it would have made the trip worthwhile. We did not see any whales. We did not see any porpoises. We did not see anything. Just wasn't meant to be. But then we had to get out of that. And this boat's so big, this ferry's so big, it's got an elevator. Long story short, we almost had to climb like 150 stairs that were straight up and down. I said, what are we going to do? We can't stay in the car, and we can't get to the deck. Somebody said, there's an elevator. Go to the door that says B. So we did. We in the elevator. There's five stories to the thing. And anyways, we got up and in there and finally got a cup of coffee and stuff. But the whole day was just a train wreck. I'll just throw this in here at the end of it. We finally found this little shack, literally a shack. We seen on the menu, they had picnic tables outside and the menu outside on the wall. It said fish and chips, $12.95. Didn't say anything else, what went with it or anything like that. I said, you want fish? And we agreed. We both get fish and chips. I said, who could do it better than right here in Grand Manan, fish and chips? They could have been better. They were all right. It was all right, but could have been better. I like my own fish better. Truthfully, I do. I make my own at home. Deep fried, you know. Anyways, so I said, okay, that's nothing. I wasn't worried about the money. I had the money. Sometimes it's just the principle of the matter. He said, did you want just the one piece fish with the order? Do you want an extra piece? And I'm going, $12.95 and one piece? It must be a big piece. But what if it isn't? Now, give us each an extra piece. Figuring it would be a couple of bucks. I expected. Do you want coleslaw? And I'm going, coleslaw don't come with it. Yes, we'd like to have coleslaw. And then we got a can of pop. And we took it outside and we ate. When I paid for it, I heard Linda go, what? What should have come to about $26, maybe $27 was 41 bucks. I could more than cover it. It wasn't the point. And I went, oh, it's expensive here and they don't have anything. It's, if you've never seen anything like Manan, if you're from a concrete city, if you're from a different part of the country, if you're from a different country, you go to Manan will probably blow your mind, take your breath away. And my place is prettier. I've got an island in my backyard and a beautiful cove. The bay slides in and out, you know, twice a day, and it's all good. So anyways, yes, Tim Hortons, Joan, Tim Hortons, yes. Timmy's is Tim Hortons. It is the coffee shop in Canada. Starbucks is here too now, but they came in later, and I don't like much of their stuff. I've tried it. I keep going back to Timmy's. A lot of people left Timmy's and went to McDonald's coffee. So they all have their own place, I suppose, but Timmy's been around in Canada. That's our national icon. When you see Tim Hortons, you know you're home. It means home. It's everywhere. It's like, what would it be compared to in the States? You guys got Dairy Queen, right? You got KFC. You see something, McDonald's, there's one. A Burger King. You guys see a McDonald's sign. If you hadn't been, if you'd been somewhere where there wasn't a McDonald's sign to be seen anywhere in the country, that's the first thing you'd say, oh my God, we're home. And Tim Hortons does that to us too. So, Starbucks, yeah. Are they only available in Canada? I thought they came from the U.S. Karen, hi. I don't know a lot about it really, but yeah. So, coffee is life. Yeah, for sure. It's nice you guys are all here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a smudge up for us. It's not showing me how many we got in the group, and I don't know why it's not showing me. My bar keeps slipping there. 46, that's good enough. It is a Monday night. I wanted to do this Saturday night, but honest to God, I am a low energy person. And I absorb everything. Like I make my own head hurt when I leave my house and I'm exposed to the outside world. My head starts to hurt. And all the stuff we went through, and it was just a day thing. We ended the day. When we come back, we perked right up. Once our front wheels hit our side of the bay, we perked up, we put the tunes on, and we said, let's go have a campfire down at the cove. So we did that. We ended the day with that. And Linda had 3 little fireworks. Some of you guys might have seen that on video on Facebook. And it really, you can see how tired I am, because she looks at me, she goes, it's been a long day, lady, or something. You look tired. So I said, yeah, it's been a long day. And you can see it on my face. I'm completely wiped right out. Oh my God. But we ended the day, ended beautifully. We watched the sun go down in our own backyard, and it was fantastic and beautiful as always. Anyways, let's get into this. We're going to put up a good smudge for Cancer for mid-July, and I'm excited as you guys are to see what's going to turn up for us here. I had to do something. I got sick this afternoon. I still have 2 private readings left to do, and I'm sorry if any of you guys are, I don't know what their birthdays are. I don't know if they're into Cancer, if they're just going to pop in for the fun of it. But I'm going to get them done tomorrow. But I had to start these, or this is the 15th today. You know what? Today's is the best day that I've felt since we got back Wednesday night. It took everything. I thought it was just me, and I spoke with Linda, my friend, today. She said, I'm just starting to feel like myself again today. I said, so am I, a little bit. I said, it took a lot out of you too. She said, oh my God. I couldn't believe, it's going to give me a hard time. I couldn't believe how physically exhausted I was. When I left that island, there was nothing left of me. I didn't even want to get on the boat for the hour-and-a-half drive back. I thought, the very thought of it made me want to throw up. I was that tired. I felt that drained. But we hadn't eaten right, or drank right, or hydrated. And we were frustrated, and we were hungry. It was an experience. Now I can say I've been to Manan. It's a very pretty island. There's no 2 ways about it. It's very pretty there. But I got my backyard here. It was just stupid even going there. I can say I've been there now. Come on. You know, guys, I don't normally blow them up with the fans interfering here. So, Lilith, how are you, my dear? Selenite. How many minutes are we in here anyway? I can't. I have to keep scrolling back and forth. All right, that's not too bad. It feels like I've been talking forever. It's been 16 minutes. Okay, so a little bit for you guys. It's still going. You can't see it very well, but it is. It's still there. I did a big an overkill on a smudge today. I almost burnt my house down. I had Cora, if you happen to be watching, I don't know if you are. You're not a Cancer. You're Leo, but I lit up one of the smudges that she had given to me for my birthday. She mailed me from Ontario. And I took it, and I used it for the smudge for this private reading. And then I placed it in the bowl. I put the bowl behind me. And I think I had the fan going. That's what caused. I'm going away, and I'm still smelling the smudge, and I looked. And oh my God, it had burned. Half of it turned to ash. It fell out of the bowl. It rolled out. It was laying right on the table, and it was still going. And this table's a mahogany table, and it has a leather inset with the gold embossing all through it. And I don't know, I looked, and I went, oh my God, I grabbed it, and I threw it in the sink, and turned the water on. I come back, grabbed a wet dish rag, and tried to wipe up the embers that I could see. And that must be all the crystals, and the intuitive candles, and all the good stuff that's on it. Not one burn mark. And there were red embers laying there, and not one burn mark. And I was like, how lucky did I get? How lucky did I get that I didn't burn the house down? Lesson learned, I will not do that again. All right, let's get the shuffle up here for Cancer. I got one bad card. I should have bought myself a new deck of cards for my birthday. I'll get them. I'll get them within the month. I just keep forgetting that I need another deck. These are falling apart. These are an old deck that I revived. This is for Cancer, mid-July 2019. This is a general reading for anybody tuning in that's new to Bay of Fundy Fortunes. This is a 5-card spread. First card, your overall energy. Second card, your wealth and finances. Third card, your hearth, your home. Fourth card, challenges. And your fifth card will be your message from Spirit. These are general readings, which means they may or may not resonate with you in a personal way. I had one person tell me, I'll say who it is. She would come out and say she doesn't like the new format with the live reading. It's Michelle Boutillier, the owner and operators of Intuitive Candles. She said, when you do the pre-recorded ones, and you guys see what you can think of this, she said, when you do the pre-recorded ones, she said, it's like I'm sitting right across from you, and it's very personal. I know they're general, but when it's pre-recorded, it's just me and it's you. She said, that's gone with the live readings now. You're reading to everybody. You're not just reading to me. So I said, okay, I get that. But everybody really, I mean, that's the way the channels are all going. One by one, we're all going live. I swore I'd never do live for 3 years. I said, I'm not going to ever do live. I'm never going to leave myself open to that kind of attack and criticisms that go on. But that's what moderators are. They're basically the bouncers of the room. They're the concierge as well. They'll show you how things work, what to do. They're really handy. Have I got any of my, I got to get into the habit of messaging them. I'm never sure when I'm going on, and that's probably why I don't. Any of my moderators in here tonight? Are you, Nadia? That's good. Nadia, good. You see, I think I gotta scroll down. I'm missing a whole bunch of chat here. Well, some, yeah. Okay, Cancer. One more run through. One more run through. All right, I'm going to switch over to my own screen so I can see what I'm doing. There's a time delay for me on this one, the same one you guys are looking at. I got to go into my own. There we go. All right, this is real time for me, so I'm going to pull the camera down. Good luck, everybody. Good luck, everybody. Selenite. Very first card, overall energy, Cancer for July. Mid 29 to, oh, no, no, no. I got two stuck together here. Oh, really? All right. Overall energy is choices, decisions that have to be made. Second, what's going on, Cancer? This is your wealth and finances, Nine of Swords. Someone's got their panties in a bunch about something. You're worried. I don't like the Nine of Swords. Of course, I find good in every card. There is always goodness there. But third card, hearth and home and family. You've got the King of Cups and understanding. Your challenges. Oh, Cancer. Remember, people, this is a general reading. Don't everybody take these cards to heart. But boys, they're being consistent. The Three of Swords. The Heartbreak card of Tarot. That's your challenges, your message from Spirit. Yes. Yes, thank you. King of Pentacles. And we've got trust. Yes. We always come back, people, to hope and trust. Otherwise, if we don't, we give up, and we can't give up. We have a natural, a built-in thing. This hunger. It's second nature to want to live. A normal, healthy mind does not say, "I want to die." All right, and that's all I'll say about that right there. But a normal, healthy person that has a good, healthy balance does not just one day say, "I want to die," or maybe it happens over space of time, and then one day they say, "I just don't want to live anymore." That's not a normal, healthy, balanced mind. We don't give enough attention to mental illness. We're still really uncomfortable with it. I'm not uncomfortable with it. My husband had 5 different disorders, and he was not that way when I first met him, when I first married him. But not enough attention is given to it. There was no help for him. We had in-house help. They came to our house. We had a professional that came to our house and did house calls once, twice a month sometimes. And none of it really did any good. Never really did. And not that my husband did not commit suicide. Don't agree to that. No. No, he dropped dead from a blood clot. Cut off the oxygen to his brain. It's up in here. But because I'm picking this up, like somebody's going to feel so brokenhearted. It's going to be like it hurts to breathe. It becomes a physical pain. A love that runs so deep within is now become your worst nightmare, your worst physical pain. But the very first card, the overall energies here. I'm not seeing a death. I'm not, but you're going to feel, it's going to feel like that. Do you know what I'm saying for somebody? It's going to hit home for someone. It's not me. Thank you. Thank you. That is not me. I know it's not me. So we've got the Lovers here. This is a card that's all about choices, and sometimes others try to manipulate us into doing things that we don't want to do. They try to guilt us into it. As the artwork speaks for itself on this card, as you can see and look closely, he's got a hold of her. She's just got herself kind of stabilized. You see the hand she's got outstretched. She's ready to push off. At the first break, she's gone. He's saying, "Talk to me. Talk to me. Listen to me." And she's saying, "No, I'm done. I'm not listening to you. I'm not doing it." She's had it. She's finished. Somebody is finished. And somebody has the options and the choices of, should I stay or should I go now? One of them. You're past that. Most of you that this applies to, you're past that point. You want to go. You can't stay. I just heard a really weird noise around me. Maybe it was the baby. I think, yeah, there he is. That him? I think he's under my chair, sound asleep. He chose to go under the chair and go to sleep. He won't go to bed without me. Isn't that cute? Commitments could be severed. Could be altering your future. and all your future plans as well. This is a card about being mature about something. I can't keep lying to myself. This could go on forever, and it's not going to go on forever. I don't want this to go on forever. This needs to end. It's a card of maturity, of knowing when to call the shots, when to quit, when to throw in the towel, when to walk away. You've put in all the dedication you physically possibly can. You've been dedicated. You've done everything the right way. This is a card about high, intense, deep emotions. There is separation. Decisions that have to be made, followed by separation. This card sees you for the last couple of weeks of July. There's a few of you dealing with some long-term stuff. Long-term. And maybe one or two of you, come August, you'll look back in July and say, I don't even recognize it anymore. There's been so many changes in such a short time. Wow. So we're coming into the middle of summer, and I bet this because the next card is the worry card of tarot, and the Nine of Swords brings out anxiety. We're in the middle of summer. The way I look at it, a lot of people have gone and taken their vacation. Hey, that one day down there, and we didn't even buy anything and bring it back with us. I don't know where the money went, but I left here with, I'll be blunt, $190 in my pocket, and I came home, I was broke. Pretty much broke. Maybe $10 left in my expensive, right? And now I'm kicking my ass because it's like, part of me's going, well, you know what, I could have used that money this week. We should have just, shoulda, woulda, coulda. We went, we can say we've been there. That's all we're going to say about it. I don't want, because I'm not slamming Graham in at all. It's a beautiful spot. It's well-loved part of the province. But people live over there. I don't even know if they have high speed, if they're on dial-up. I don't know, because they don't embrace anything too modern. They keep life really, really simple. So, but lessons learned, right? It's pretty, it's just, I don't know, we were hungry and tired. That was a big part of it. Otherwise, if we had been okay, we would have gone, and if we could have found somewhere to get something to go, and would have went back to the beach and would have had that lunch on the beach, it would have been very lovely. So we've got the Nine of Swords here, and some of us have squandered a few dollars in the last couple of weeks. That's very, very true. Some of us for vacation. You didn't save enough. This for somebody, you didn't save enough for your vacation. You dipped into your, we'll call it your petty cash, other money that you have in the house, and had to deal with that. Now you're probably going to come up short on a bill or two, but you'll swim your way through it. It's just a current. That's all it is. Don't let this rob you of your sleep at night. It's because for some, that money problems do that. You're waking up at like 3 in the morning, and for the first split second, everything's fine. You just woke up. Maybe you need to use the bathroom or to roll over, and all of a sudden it hits you. Nothing's fine, and this alarm slams into you, and you remember, oh dear, I'm behind on my bills this month. Oh my God, and the panic. Now you can't sleep because now your blood pressure's going, your heart's running. Don't let it do that to you. You will come through it, but don't let it take you down. Now it's easier said than done. Oh, I live like that like all the time. Just got this pain in my kneecap. Maybe got a bite from a bug or something. They're everywhere. It is summer. I'm not seeing any though. No, I'm not seeing any. I don't know what that was. I'm feeling very old today. My body's creaking, groaning, and moaning. These kind of stressors, that keep you awake, and they're right there in the forefront of your head all the time. Even though you're trying to distract yourself and keep yourself in a good frame of mind, not letting yourself get pulled down into the fear, not letting yourself get depressed about it or angry about it or afraid. I hate fear. Fear isn't even anything tangible that you can touch. It's just an emotion. And fear is on what could be. It isn't even based on anything. You know, and sometimes we get in the place of fear. We just want to hurry up and get the fear over with so we can get on with our lives. Let's bring it on. Bring it on. I've been in a few situations like that in my life. I'm just like, let's just have this over and done with. I'm not sitting around playing hostage to anything and take things, you know, kind of head on, right? A couple times I've done that because I had to. I said, I'm not going to play hostage. I'm not going to do us angry. We're going to have this out. We're going to straighten out this mess, whatever. The other thing with this card is the numerology, the 9. In tarot is all about, I hate to say this, but it's about intensity. Feeling intense emotions. It can cause physical illness. It can cause stomach aches, headaches, blood pressure problems. And then you're losing sleep. And that's just bad for your health all the way around. We all know that, right? This is a nasty card sometimes, but it's very short-lived, which is a wonderful thing. You're going to get caught up again. You're over. I really want to say this for all of us. We're overreacting. I'm broke right now, but I'm all right. My bills are paid. I got a little bit of food in the house. My needs are met, so I don't sweat it too much, right? I have a little bundle of joy sleeping between my feet that helps me keep things in a little better, more healthier perspective. My focus goes on that, and he's so happy. How can I be having a bad day with someone around me that insists on loving me and being with me, who's so happy all the time? It makes it a little, I'm finding the challenge of things that should piss me, like, he's a typical puppy. There's the cat's bowl, there's a bowl. His are little dishes, right? There's a bowl. It's full of cat kibble, right? The good stuff. And he goes over to that bowl and he puts both feet right in it and tips the whole thing over. And there's I've been sweeping it up all day and it's all over the floor again. You know, his little water bowl, he drank all the water out of it. Now he's 6 weeks old. This blew me away. I was sitting in the armchair and there he came up to me and he's got the little stainless steel plate in his mouth and there's no water in it. And he just, and I'm like, how did you know to do that? These things keep me from things that would otherwise occupy my mind and drain my energy. With him, yes, he takes a lot of work. He really makes me get up and move a lot more than I would be, and all that, but he's good for me in the long run. Sometimes what I'm saying is some things we can dread things, right? It turns out to be the best thing that ever happened. Something that's good for you. It's almost like a form of discipline. So, I mean, I need to get up and move as much as I can, right? But this card, I don't want you guys losing any sleep over this. I'm not going to. I'm not. If somebody said to me tonight or tomorrow, Natalie, let's go here and for the day, or let's go do this, I'd have to say, no, I can't go. I'm broke. Let's just sit here. I got coffee. I got tea. Let's just sit here. If you want, we'll go to the beach if I'm up to it. You know, this sort of thing. So, do not worry about circumstances. I know this sounds mundane and it sounds dull and it sounds repetitive. It takes work. You have to work at it to not worry about it. It almost seems like an oxymoron, doesn't it? But it is what it is. Now, your home life. I want these two cards up so I can see them. I'm sensing a breakup for somebody, and that's affecting your financial sector as well. Two people cohabitating, you have to go back to being a single person, so it's single income, single expenses, this sort of a thing. So, your next card is your hearth. It is your home. And you've got the King of Cups, and it's a beautiful card to have, falling into that sector. I see the full circle of life with this card for some reason tonight. I see intelligence and I see growth. Understanding. He is the King of Cups. He is the King of Cups. He's a very honorable energy. If it's just the energy, it's a very honorable one. It's one of very strong integrity. This is somebody, you look at him and you know within a nanosecond, if it's a real person in your life, you trust them implicitly, that they never pick sides. They always speak the truth. They care about the people around them. They genuinely care. And if you're really needing some hardcore truth on something, this is the person to turn to. This is the energy you allow yourself to turn to. It's getting the truth. And he will give the truth in the most gentle way, but it will be unfailing truth. You may not like most of what you hear, but it is the truth. So if you're looking for truth on something, there's the energy right there that you have to go by. Or this is somebody that some of you will say, I know who that man is. I know who he is. I love him. Maybe it's a relative, a grandfather, a father figure, or just somebody that you know. He's all about integrity and honor. He's all about sensitivity. Devotion comes up with this card. Devotion to family. Devotion to your friends. And when you're loyal to somebody, this energy brings loyalty for life. Cancers are very loyal. They're very, very loyal. They'll put up with more shit than the rest of your friends will. Put it that way. Stuff we shouldn't put up with, but we do. Why? We try not to judge people in their moment. When someone's having a moment, that's what I try to do. And I say, give it a bit of time, they'll come around. Sure enough, 9.9 out of 10 times people come around. I've been known to cut a few people off. Don't ever darken my door. Don't message me. Don't call me. Don't do anything. Get out of my life. Goodbye. Gone. You know, because things become repetitive. After a while, that's called abuse. Abuse of a friendship. Abuse of your good nature. Cancer is very loyal. They're very open. They're very warm. They're very loving. Cancer's all about loyalty, trusting, and family, and caring. Physically, emotionally, mentally caring for the people in their lives. You know, I said to one of my sons today, I said, you know, because he was telling me someone comes from big families, 11 kids in the family, this kind of thing. They're all grown now. It's one of the older families, right? And I said, I always wanted to have a great big family. I always wanted a house full. I did. Because it's ironic because today I just want peace and quiet. But my ideal life would have been a very large family, a lot of kids, grown-ups, all the dynamics that go with that, and just embrace them all. To know that one thing, my door is open and people come through it, not at the most opportune times, no they don't, but as a Cancer, I can't say no to a bleeding heart, a broken heart, a broken spirit. Open my door many times. There have been 1, 3 a.m. phone, you know, calls, not phone calls, but calls to the door. My kids could tell you. It was just a revolving door that went 24/7. And they'd get up to go pee because they heard someone come to the door and they'd see someone at the table crying. You know, I never gave advice. Never do that. Never, never, never give advice. Just a listening ear. 90% of the people don't want advice. They end up giving their own advice. They end up talking so much. You just become a listener. They just want to be heard. You want someone to just sit and listen to them. You give them that, it gives them an awful lot. But we're carers, we're nurturers. We're loyal for life. We have a lot of empathy for others as well. But we have to remember, and sometimes we do slip up and we forget this. We forget about us. We forget about being fair to ourselves. So that's one of the red flags with the card. I want you to give a heads up. That you can go ahead and you can be there for all the people you want and need to be there for. But you need to feed and nurture yourself first, much like the Queen of Swords. She takes care of her own interests first. And more, Cancer's male or female, it doesn't matter. Mother Earth, the planet Earth, is a Cancer. That should tell you something. That should speak volumes. We can take care of others, but we need to take care of ourselves first. And make sure that you're fair to yourself that way. Otherwise, you've got nothing to offer anybody. If your vessel's completely drained and empty, there's nothing but an echo coming back. You don't want that. Anything that you have on the go right now, if you're in a situation, a happening of some kind that's going on around you, this could be anything from like personal stuff going on in your life to jobs, situations, whatever path you are personally on right now for yourself, doesn't matter what it is. You're to trust your feelings at this time, Cancer, and follow through with what you're doing, because no, the guys just want you to know you are on the right path. You are where you're supposed to be. Well, lo and behold, here I am talking to you guys. I'm where I'm supposed to be. But follow through, okay? Follow your feelings. Follow your intuition. And just trust yourself and know that you are correct. You're right. You're right. Your keywords for this card are fairness and empathy, sensitivity, loyalty, maturity, and honor. And this all comes down to the most basic part of your life, your home life, the core of your life. Remember those words. Fairness and empathy, being sensitive to others, living through your loyalty, looking at things in a very hardcore, matter-of-fact, mature way, and not color-coding anything, and live your life with honor. And most Cancers really do like to live their life. They've got this. A lot of Cancer birthdays this week is unbelievable. There was a lot on my birthday. We're all really close together. There was a few of us all turning the same age, by the way, so I wasn't alone in that. Some of you may be waking up and smelling the coffee or the roses, you might say. For those of you going through a breakup, this will be a challenging time for you, because we've got the Three of Swords. It's all about heartache. It's the heartbreak card of tarot. This card brings a changing event in your life. Well, it's warning you. It's giving you an you can anticipate some kind of an event to happen that's going to make a change and a play on your life. Yes, it's a card of heartbreak. It's a card of sorrow, betrayal, usually affairs of the heart, and breakup and tears, but there's a promise of healing from it. That's what comes with this card, no matter what any other reader wants to tell you. All right? Yes, it's doom and gloom, and yes, it hurts. You know? It's a challenging time, and you're feeling like you're not going to make it, maybe. The pain is overwhelming. Talk to the universe. Open up. Bury your emotions. Show your sensitive underbelly to the universe. This is bigger than me. It's too much for me. Bring me help. Please bring me your help. Make this load a little lighter for me. Take it off my hands, please. For just a little bit. You know what? It'll happen. There's a thing. It'll happen. But don't get in your own way either, Cancer. Cancer doesn't really like sitting back and having the shots called for them. Cancer likes to be in control of their own lives all the time. In this case, though, it's not a person. This is you and the universe, you and spirit. So you give everything up to spirit and allow the light that wants to come into your life and wants to warm you and show you the way. Allow it to come in. Instead of saying, well, I don't like the way that's going. I'm going to change that. Let it be. For once, Cancer, let it be. Let it be. It's for your own good. You know, a lot of us know that have been through devastating heartbreak. We know that it's hard. We remember that it's hard, but we don't remember the pain. It's a lot like childbirth. We knew it hurt like hell. It's the worst pain we're ever going to go through. And we remember it, but we don't feel it to remember. We don't remember the feel. And that's what heartbreak's like. To consciously know, well, I thought I was going to die. I cried for 20 days in a row. And But you go back into that moment and try to put your emotions back into that. After a while, it's not going to fit anymore. It means you're healing and you're getting better. This card does promise healing for those that are going. Remember, please, this is a general reading. The last card in this reading we're looking at here is the King of Pentacles. And here's the thing. The word trust is magic to you right now. All right? This is a card of ambition. This is a card of looking forward. This is a card of like the phoenix rising from the ashes, that kind of thing. You just come through something for some of you. So I'm not hearing anything about the rest of you, and I don't know why. Because this isn't everybody. I mean, I'm single, so I mean, it's not me. I'm not breaking up or leaving anybody. Nor is it being done to me. Thank you, once again. I don't need to go through that. I remember that it's hard. But we have to think positive. Sometimes we have to treat ourselves as two people. There's one taking care of me. One of me taking care of me. If I start getting swallowed up by life, I have to change my train of thought, my mindset. I have to start looking at my future while licking my wounds at the same time. I have to have a reason to be ambitious again. I need to find another purpose again. This energy is one of turning to someone that's trustworthy. We need that in our lives. Protection, self-protection. The card more or less wants you to commit to something, all right? A project, a relationship, whatever it is, and focus on that and see it through to the very, very end. The time is therapeutic for you. When you're going, I know you don't even want to get out of bed in the morning, but you need to force yourself. You need to help yourself. You wouldn't allow anybody to come in and haul you out of bed. So you need to haul your own butt out of bed. You need to, what can I do today? Focus on something. Start a major project of some kind. Do something and focus in on it to get you through those moments through the day. There'll be times you'll have to drop your tools and fall apart in a corner somewhere, yes. But a little bit every day, every day, every day. And before you know it, by the time you're done your project, by the time you reach your goal or hit your target, you got something to be really proud of, and it'll always mean something to you. You know? I'm hearing somebody writing. Writing is where it's at for somebody. I don't know who that is. But see things through to the end. You may have somebody on your side that's a powerful business leader. This is for someone out there. Is somebody with more of a hands-on attitude would be more fitting for Cancer. Instead of Cancer turning to somebody for help and advice, and then that person refers you to their under guy. You know what I mean? The next guy. Cancer wants the hands-on from the expert. It makes us feel better. And when they roll their sleeves up and they know they're going to get dirty with the rest of us, that's all the more better. We've all got to have somebody like that in our lives. Somebody that's real and somebody that's grounded. We crave that. I do. I crave people that are grounded in reality. And no nonsense kind of people. They call them as they see them. It keeps me grounded, keeps me real. But even for yourself, have a more hands-on attitude within your own future. As the U card in this reading, it can also represent a lot of generosity and a lot of love. It's not always you giving it out, Cancer. A lot of times you need to learn to accept it as well. Any gains that you get during the last couple of weeks, you will be sharing those with the people that you love. Any gains financially, materially, any way at all, you'll be sharing it with those that you care about. The advice of the card: protect what's yours while helping those on their way up the ladder. Of course, that's Cancer. It's part of Cancer's makeup. We help. We're light workers. That's what we do. Keywords, final words on your reading, Cancer, for mid-July are money and protection. power, loyalty, stability, leadership, and commitment. Making a commitment. Losing and breaking a commitment in the beginning, but in the end, you find yourself and you're making a commitment once again, and you find a way to do that. You have to do that, Cancer. We're all about love and about giving and about warmth, if you know what I mean. There are, yes. I'm just peeking in on you guys now. I can see what you're saying. Seer Guru. Yes. Too many passive-aggressive people. That bothers me. I mean, I do... thank you, Rhonda. I do... what was I even going to say here? I choose and pick my battles very carefully. I've learned that as I got older. Be very, very choosy about where you lay your loyalties, your commitments, who you're going to fight with, who you're going to fight for. As you get older, and when you're younger, you're like, well, my little pup, he's just going to destroy and kill everything. He's going to take over the world, and he weighs 3 whole pounds. I'm not going to pick him up because he's asleep. He's right on my feet. He's very warm. I didn't need that either. It's hot here tonight. But anyways, yeah. Hi, Amanda. Amanda's here. She's your moderator, everybody. And I've been like on the other camera. I didn't see you come in, Amanda. I don't know if there's anybody else or not. I'm not sure. Lil Bear, yes, B and C. Always choose your battles wisely. Make sure that they're going to matter in the bigger picture. Leanne, that's the way I look at it. Is this going to matter tomorrow? Is it going to matter in the bigger picture? And if it's not going to matter, I just walk away. Hey, Daisy Love. Vanessa, happy birthday, B and C, and all of us. There we go. See what I mean? Hey, Rhonda. Regina. Hey, Angel Girl. Elizabeth, you're 64 this year. Wow. Oh, my goodness. Bay of Founder? No, it's Bay of Fundy, F-U-N-D-Y, just to correct that. Cassandra, sorry. I guess some people are just coming in now. The reading's ended, but you guys can go and do the replay thing after a little bit, right? So, yeah. Trust is hard. You're very right. It really is. You're welcome, Moonchild. Thank you and welcome. You're only holding yourself back, though, Gems, by Jules. You know, if you won't let go, it's just you that's getting held back while life goes on beyond you and through you. Everything else starts passing you by while you're holding on to stuff that doesn't exist anymore. It's not. It's easier said than done. I do realize that. Happy's birthday all over again. This birthday almost knocked me on my butt there, Daisy. So yeah, from here on out for the rest of the month, I think I'm going to be pretty quiet. Thanks, here, Guru. Thanks. Thanks, Rhonda. It's nice to see you guys all show up as well. It's really nice. And Regina just had a birthday, okay? July 11th, 51 years old. You're still quite young. You're just a baby. It's just a baby. Yeah. Namaste, Seer. Yeah. Thank you very much, Seer Guru. Appreciate that very much. Yeah, I hope the next month is better for it. Mine hasn't been like real rocky or anything, but at the same time, it's I don't know. I'm still a little put out about that trip being a waste of time and money. You know. Oh my goodness, 44. Wow. Thank you, Amanda. Oh, hey, Brandy. How you doing? It was your birthday today, wasn't it? If I'm not mistaken, happy birthday, Brandy. See, look at all the cancers in here with the birthdays. Oh, my goodness. Emotional wasted trips. I know that. What really bothers me about it is I don't take trips. I don't ever go anywhere. So to take one and have it turn out kind of sour, that pisses me off. I feel like I wasted my time. We could have had... We didn't have any fun until we got back. We had a campfire. You know, that was really nice. Oh, it was yesterday, was it, Brandy? Okay, belated then, but still, it's your birthday month, right? I know, he is cute, isn't he? Can you see this? I don't know where your window is. I'm in your window, so I can't. You see all them marks? That's him biting me. He's a real bad biter, and I gotta get him fixed of that, you know. So I just keep telling him no, and keep telling him no, and give him a little push away. I'm not hard on him or anything. He's only 3 pounds. Oh my God, you know. So yeah, it resonated with you, Diana. That's good. That's good. This is just these are short-lived things. You'll get through, except that one, that breakup that somebody's going through. It's going to drag out for a little bit, you know. You're welcome, VT. You're welcome. Good. All right. It fit you, yeah. Yeah. Little demon dog. Oh my God. It gets a hold of something. It wants to chew it already killed my phone today. Killed my phone this morning. I had to go and search for another cord. And I thought I had put the cords up and out of its... No. But he's ready for bed like at 8 o'clock. And he won't stay there without me. You know, he's sleeping on my feet on the floor. And he's going to stay right there until he sees me get up and move. And he'll be right behind me, right on my heels. I'll pick him up because the bed's too high for him to jump on. And I'll pick him up. As soon as he sees the bed, he goes to throw himself right at it. He goes to jump right out of my arms. He's very brave. He's not afraid of anything. He's been barking today. He's been growling at stuff, trying to rip it apart and giving it a good growl and a good bark. Yeah, you'll have to replay it. Prusian. There. I don't do times. It's a waiting list, Regina, and I do you when I get to you. That's how it works. If you want, you just send me an email, and I'll send you out the information sheet, and it gives you all the information that you need to know about. If you want to send an email to natalietapley@live.ca. Your cat lady. I got one cat. Wow, look at all these birthdays. I should have almost had a birthday cake here for you guys. Really. You know. What would I have done with it, though? I couldn't sit and eat it by myself. Oh, yes, I could. No, I couldn't. No, I couldn't. Thank you very much for the hearts and the likes and all that good stuff. Yeah, this guy's really smart for his age. He's amazing. He really is amazing. Yes, I'm waiting to see Labor as well, Daisy. But we're so late, at least I got started. Now I'm committed to going and carrying through with the mids, you know, because sometimes I don't always get to them. I said I got to get at least one done. So tomorrow I got to get the 2 little private readings done and then get right into the rest of the mids again. And hopefully I'll get more and more done tomorrow. And I expect the range of the people waiting, it'll depend on the time of day. First part of the day, maybe. Middle of the day, not so much. People are at work. And then we'll do some in the evening too, if I can manage to hold out that long. Anyway, we're running at a whole hour here now. I can't remember when the reading started. Does anybody know what time the reading started? Oh my goodness. We were, what, 16 minutes in? About that. I'll check 16 after I shut this off. I'll timestamp it so that you guys don't want to listen to all the stuff before the reading. There's about 16 minutes of me chatting with everybody here. So, Yep, they're all water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. That's correct. You know, for a while Aquarius was, there was a debate on whether Aquarius was to be air or was to be water. So, I don't know. People view it differently. Yeah, I think it might have ended at 53, but it began at about 16, I think. In about there. I have to stop it and then go back and check. I'm going to knock it off for now. I'll be right over with cake. Yeah, Leanne. Yes, it is air. I know that. But if you do the research and you go way back in history, it was up in the air for a while. The water bearer. There you go. Melissa Diva Sparkle says Aquarius is the water bearer. You were correct about that, and I've forgotten that. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you very, 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 very much. My eyes are starting to close. It's 20 to 12, and I'm going to have to rewind this a bit to check to see where the reading began to be more accurate. And those of you that need to do the replay can do the replay. I never take them down. Please keep the peace in and share that love, that light out with the rest of the world. If you want a private reading, you just send me an email at natalietapley@live.ca, and I'll get you taken care of. Happy birthday, Cancer. Enjoy the rest of the month. It's been a good one. Not so bad, not so good for others, but anyways, you know what I'm saying. Goodbye for now, everybody.